A very warm welcome to you. Many thanks for joining us on this week's edition of the program. As you know, we are your source for all the latest happenings in the world of business. My name is Margaret Mary Osiobor. You're welcome. On the lineup this week, we join Faith and her guest, Professor Segun Ajibola, the immediate past president and chairman of council of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, where they discuss financial services sector, key to unlocking Nigeria's economic development. Speaking during the interview, Professor Ajibola said that for us to unlock our economic potentials as a nation, those that manage the affairs of this country must have the political will to make basic infrastructure work so that businesses can thrive. To take a listen.
A business cannot be operating any part of Britain or America or even the emerging economies we are talking about, South Africa, South Korea, Malaysia, and be worrying his head about electricity. I have problem, access to potable water, and be talking of multiplicity of tax or law and order not being in place. He won't be grappling with that. He will be grappling with his business ideas. How do I translate these business ideas into action?
On this edition also, we will bring you highlights of the 40th anniversary celebration of SCIB Nigeria & Co. Limited, which took place recently at the Civic Center. It was indeed a night of glitz and glamour as friends, business associates and well-wishers gathered round to celebrate the milestone of the homegrown company. Speaking during his welcome remarks, the managing director said that they attribute their growth and success to the contributions of their workforce. To take a listen.
We attribute our growth to the support of all of you here present in various capacities and the commitment of our indefatigable staff.
Not forgetting all the other extras we bring you each week on this program, so sit back, relax and enjoy the lineup. Details in just a moment. Please stay with us.
Listen up as Faith Owode brings you our Pidgin English program, Waiting Insurance They Do Serve, with different guests every week, airing live on Niger FM 102.7 at 9:45 a.m. every Wednesday.
You think it's possible for us to solve our problems simultaneously?
It is possible. It is possible for government to say, or another, not only government cannot do much without the support of other agencies and institutions. We've talked about infrastructure, for example. Somebody is providing the infrastructure. Somebody is ensuring that policy conflicts are removed. Somebody is ensuring that law and order is in place. Somebody is addressing the issue of security of lives and property. Then somebody somewhere will be more comfortable to make use of depositors and shareholders' money to lend to business, because he knows that what used to be the problem of business under the old order, they are already being addressed. Then together we get to that same destination. But you ask me as a bank, do your own and I provide the loan, and the operator does not have access to basic infrastructure, is paying heavily for that. Policy conflicts, and in the area of import or export, in the area of procurement of raw materials, or sale of his finished products, they are not allowing him to operate freely. And security of life and property cannot be guaranteed. By the time he's counting his losses, the lender will also be counting his losses. Then we start crying, why did it happen? Oh, because I spent so much. Ordinarily, some of the things, let's take the example of other countries of the world. There are things you take for granted. A business cannot be operating any part of Britain or America or even the emerging economies we are talking about, South Africa, South Korea, Malaysia, and be worrying his head about electricity. Have problem, access to potable water, and be talking of multiplicity of tax or law and order not being in place. He won't be grappling with that. He will be grappling with his business ideas. How do I translate these business ideas into action? Under the rules of engagement. How do I produce? How do I sell? What can I do? What can I not do? We have not gotten to that level in this environment. So that is why it becomes so difficult for our business institutions and houses to operate freely, to operate profitably, and to have the inducement to want to do more. And that is why, as of today, rather than attracting new businesses into our environment, even the existing ones, they are leaving our environment. Where is Michelin? Where is Dundalk? And so on. So, if we can have a reorientation that will address some of these teething problems, that will rebrand Nigeria, and that will repackage our business environment, then we will attract new businesses, even with their own money. Bank loan will just be supportive of the seed money coming from these investors. That is not happening today.
Okay, now, Prof, let's move on. Now, you didn't mention initially about banks struggling with the burden of bad loans and all of that. Would you say that the banking industry, when it comes to the areas of loans and bad loans portfolio, they've done their job professionally enough?
I will not totally say that, because like any other sector, we do have our own challenges in the banking and finance industry. Challenges of non-compliance with rules and regulations. Challenges imposed on the industry, even by the environment. We see the rate of even cyber crimes climbing up. Regulatory challenges, and challenges even imposed by political interests. Coming back to the issue of ethics and professionalism, it's improving now, and it has improved substantially, I must confess, because we have new code of corporate governance among bankers and bank directors. We have a code of conduct agreed by the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Chartered of Bankers of Nigeria, signed by all employees of banks. And we have the Bankers Committee Subcommittee on Ethics and Professionalism, promoting ethical standards in the industry. We have the Central Bank Consumer Protection Directorate, also enforcing rules and regulations in favor of bank customers. So all this put together has caused average bank employee and bank to be more responsive to the issue of ethics and professionalism. But like I said, the total picture is not that perfect. It's not a perfect picture yet. So it's a work in progress. But looking at where we are coming from, especially maybe 10, 15 years back, I think we've, as an economy, banking practices and banking standards have improved tremendously.
Okay, Prof, let's talk about your time as President and Chairman of Council of the SCIB. What were some of the major challenges you would say you faced during your tenure?
SCIB is a professional body that is so critical to the environment, not only the banking industry, even the economy as a whole, because we have our mandates as contained in the enabling law, the Act of Parliament. One is to ensure that everybody buys into the ideas as preached by SCIB as the conscience of the banking industry in Nigeria. It's not an easy task. So we've got to do a lot of stakeholders engagements with operators, with regulators, with the political leadership, with business organizations, with customers, with traditional institutions, with the academic community. It was quite a very tough assignment for me, but it had to be done. So we carried the message of SCIB, playing advocacy role on behalf of the industry, trying to be the bridge between the industry and other stakeholders in the Nigerian economy. And in the process of doing that, one needed to convince certain stakeholders why they should play their role the way it is expected of them. Like we've been saying all over again, that everybody has a stake in the economy. Then another one is to grow membership, because within the banking industry itself, you still have those, even though the law says every employee of any bank in Nigeria must be a registered member of SCIB. We have not achieved that 100%. We are still improving. The number is improving fast. In total, I met about 118,000 members. By the time I was leaving, we were over 125,000. So that's growth of about 7,000 within a year, but we could do more. So I look critically at what we could do to convince every practitioner in banking and finance in Nigeria to be part of SCIB. It's a work in progress. Also, the focus had been so much on banks that I felt in my acceptance speech then that other financial institutions must fully come, mark my word, fully. The statute also makes it part of our responsibility to bring them into the fold. So we drove that hard, bringing microfinance banks, mortgage banks, even some consulting outfits into the fold of SCIB. So we had to really convince them to do that, to be part of us. Likewise, our relationship with the academic community, it was also a challenge, because we have memorandum of understanding with over 50 universities and polytechnics. But some of the provisions of the MOUs were being observed in breach. So I had to take it upon myself with my colleagues in the Office Holders Committee that we needed accountability under the MOUs. Are you performing under the MOUs? So we sign MOUs and responsibilities are shared. Who is not playing its own role under the MOU? So we had to do a lot of spade work, a lot of interactions, a lot of changes in the modus operandi, in the way and manner we used to relate with these academic institutions to ensure that they adhere strictly to the terms of engagement.
Okay, looking back, Prof, is there anything you wish you would have done that you didn't do while in office?
Let me not be too specific or too personal, but I thank God, it's a divine grace, that I was able to achieve substantially what I set out to achieve, as codenamed the 7 C's agenda in my acceptance speech. 7 letters, 7 C's agenda, which included a lot of things in the area of capacity building, certification, codification, communication, creativity, constructive engagement, and consolidation. Those were the 7 C's. Looking at each one of them. But I would have loved, for example, to see how we could make our practice license, which is head by top experienced bankers who are members, to be more relevant to the economy. I would have loved to see some of our certification programs doing better with more and more of our members in the banks embracing the certification programs. And I would have loved to see more and more, like I said earlier, of these other financial institutions, more mortgage banks, especially mortgage banks, where the records show that we have over 900 registered and about 700 thereabouts still in operation. But just about half of that number so far registered with SCIB. So I would have loved to see more and more of them coming into the fold.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for still staying with us. Moving on now, we'll bring you highlights of the 40th anniversary of SCIB Nigeria & Co. Limited. From a modest beginning with just one staff, the company today has over 120 men and women on its payroll, with integrity as their watchword. Happy viewing.
SCIB Nigeria & Co. Limited started business in July 1978 as Standard Chartered Insurance Brokers, a joint venture between Finance Insurance and Management Consultants Limited and Standard Chartered Bank of Nigeria, now First Bank of Nigeria PLC, with Sedgwick Insurance Brokers UK. Standard Chartered Bank later divested from all non-banking operations worldwide, and as a result, its interest in SCIB was also affected. The name of the company subsequently changed to SCIB Nigeria & Co. Limited to reflect its fully Nigerian ownership. From the humble beginning, the company has grown and surpassed expectation over the past 4 decades through an unwavering commitment to its numerous stakeholders and clients globally. Friends, well-wishers, joined the board and management of the company for the 40th anniversary celebrations recently in Lagos at the Civic Center. Welcoming guests to the dinner, the managing director of SCIB Nigeria & Co. Limited, Mr. Shola Tinubu, said that they are celebrating the trust reposed on them by their numerous clients globally.
Throughout the 40-year journey, we have had to look continuously at our business model and processes to ensure maximum value is delivered to our esteemed clients, as we would not have been in existence for this long without their belief in us. I say unequivocally that the trust you, our clients, have reposed in us over the years is what we are celebrating today. Thank you so much. It is noteworthy that our strong ethical values and commitment to delivering excellent service to clients earned us the partnership of the largest broker in the world, Aon. Our relationship over the last 8 years has been mutually beneficial. It is good on such an occasion as this to reflect on those things that made us successful and set out some guiding principles going forward. I credit our success first to the Almighty God, who, with all the plans you may make, without His blessing, everything is nothing. The good business vision and values as a foundation are set by our founder, Olala Bode Ogulana. You can have good vision, but you need good people to realize it. We have probably the best people in town. Professionalism and quality service has always been our watchword right through. We are a knowledge-driven organization. We work hard, keep refining our business model, and learn new skills to make ourselves more efficient. We are willing to take on long gestation projects with good potential. We have reliable partners. We treat them fairly, honestly, and develop a trusting relationship with them. They always know what you see is what you get.
The 40th anniversary celebration also afforded the management of the company the unique opportunity to appreciate the vision and foresight of the founder and chairman of the company, Olola Olabode Ogunlana. From a modest beginning with just one staff, the company today have over 120 employees on its payroll. With integrity as their watchword, SCIB Nigeria Co. Limited is a representative of Aon in Nigeria, the largest insurance broking company in the world. The 40th anniversary dinner also provided a platform for the company to recognize their first corporate client, first staff, and long-serving staffs.
Of the entire management board and staff of SCIB, we'd like to give you this award. We'd like to give you the award for a life of service that your husband actually gave to SCIB. He was our first staff and was with us for decades even afterwards, in various capacities. We know that we formerly called him different names. Maybe not all we will share with you here today, but one of them was Warrior. But you know that came from his name.
Also, not left out of the award of meritorious service was the managing director, Mr. Shola Tinubu, who has serviced the company for 30 years.
I'm giving you this award. We want to thank you for the kind of leadership you have given the company. And may the company continue to thrive under you and attain greater heights. Congratulations.
Years of excellence. Yay! So join us as we celebrate. Yeah!
Life, they say, begins at 40. As SCIB begins its next phase of providing excellent service to their clients, they hope to become the #1 insurance broker in Africa with regional expansion and, of course, the building of their head office complex, which will be an edifice in Lagos that will serve as a landmark for the entire insurance industry.
Happy birthday to SCIB. Hip, hip, hip. Hip, hip, hip. And let's have the cutting of the cake as well. 1, 2, 3. And we wish another 40 years to SCIB.
Slowly but surely, we have come to the end of the program this week. Many thanks for being a part of it. Do join us again next week, same time, same station, for a fresh package. In the meantime, feel free as always to connect with us on all our social media platforms. Are you ready for the 2018 Insurance Consumers Forum? The date is Wednesday, 24th October. The venue is Nega House, Alausa, Ikeja, and the time is 9:30 a.m. Now, just as always, admission is free. so make plans to attend. Once again, my name is Margaret Mary Osiobor. Until next week, from the entire crew, it's goodbye.